Hello everyone and welcome to the yoga class series with me, Gemma Linaker. Today we are filming together yoga class 1. So technically this is yoga class 2, but we called the first video yoga class. So let's start with yoga class 1. And eventually this will be a bank of yoga classes that you can take in order wherever you are, whenever you like. All you will need to do is just roll out your mat, grab yourself into something comfortable to wear, and I shall always be waiting over here. So let's begin today's practice lying on our backs, and you can probably see on your screen that I've got a lot of autumnal light coming through the windows, and yeah, it's just really nice to keep it as it is. It is autumn here in the UK, so this low lighting is super nourishing. And then when you are ready, flatten the shoulder blades, let the lower back meet the earth, and we're going to point the knees all the way up towards the sky. And we'll place the hands to the belly, just feeling the belly rise as we breathe in, and feeling the belly fall back as we breathe out. And just noticing those subtle movements as you breathe. And allowing everything just to settle and simmer down. We'll ever so slowly begin to heel toe the feet out mat width apart, and we'll kick the heels in, turn the toes out. And let's just begin to add in a bit of movement as we just drop the knees over to one side and then the other. Noticing where you are today, noticing how you feel, and stepping back from all of that with no judgment and just accepting this is how it is today. Adding no fuel to any fire. And adding no, I like to call toxic positivity to turn things around. Just be as you are, making no changes. And then from here, start to heel toe the feet together. Slide the soles of the feet together. Let the knees soften out to the side. It's got this Supta Baddhakasana. And we can place the hands to the thighs. Relax the elbows down. Keep softening and surrendering into the breath. Wonderful, and let's bring those knees in towards the chest as we catch the knees. Feed them in. A little rock from side to side maybe. Holding the knees with both hands, and we'll breaststroke the knees together and all the way out to the side. Really lubricating into those hips, stretching into the groin. And then we'll go round the other way. So you can trace these circles nice and large depending on what range of movement you've got in the hips, depending on how tight the groin is. And then simmering both feet down towards the earth. Let's catch the left knee in towards the chest. And then option to either use a strap to kick that leg out and hold the strap either side, or We can work with catching the toes or catching at the back of the calf, back of the knee, wherever feels good for you. Feeling a nice long lengthy stretch at the back of the leg. Option to extend the opposite leg out. Really breathing into the back of the leg. And then re-kick that knee back up towards the sky as we hook the ankle over, and then catching at the back of the right leg, and then extending that right leg up tall. Further still, you can drop that heel in towards the bottom, catch at the shin. And release. Let's work through the other side. Bringing the knee in towards the chest and finding some extension into the opposite leg. Remember, you can use that strap. And as we take those big, juicy breaths in, see if we can lengthen on the exhale. So making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Option again there, just to straighten out the opposite leg. And then bringing in the knee. Let's take that supine pigeon as we hook the ankle over and catch at the back of the thigh. Let's extend the leg. And then bring that heel in towards the bottom is an option to then interlace at the shin. Or you can stay as you were. And then releasing all the way out. Let's take a happy baby, catching the outer edges of the feet, tucking the knees towards the armpits. And we can again just rock from side to side. And I'm sure by now you've probably been hearing my belly rumble. I've got a lot of digestion happening at the moment. I am filming this in the morning and I have had breakfast already. And then maybe even just having a little play there, just sliding the sole of the feet together, letting the knees drop out to the sides. And let's begin to rock in to seated. And from seated, finding your tabletop pose. So bringing the hands underneath the shoulders and we'll stack the hips. Let's inhale as we drop the belly, we lift the gaze. Exhale as we round. Inhale as we drop the belly, slightly lift the gaze, and then exhale round. Inhale, drop the belly. Let's exhale and round. I'm finding that neutral spine and coming into one of my favourite poses, a melted heart pose, as we stretch the fingertips towards the top of the mat, bringing the forehead down and keeping the hips nice and high. So from here, if you want to remove this sort of active stretch with the hands stretching all the way towards the top of the mat, maybe even lifting the palms, staying super active here within the arms and in the back. You'll notice that the armpits are away from the yoga space. So super active, but if you want to remove out of that active stretch for the arms and the back, you can stay soft, bend the elbows, relax the forearms. And then slowly release all the way back up, tabletop pose. A nice yummy stretch for the back. So let's begin to flip the right foot out to the right so that we can stack the left hip all the way up towards the sky. Taking a modified side plank. And maybe just having a little go at rotating the face up towards the sky, allowing the bicep to drop over the top of the ear. And then begin to hover that back foot off the mat, flex the foot. Take a big breath in, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, push out. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, out. And exhale, crunch. Pushing the leg and the arm out long. Either holding there or bringing the foot in towards the bottom. Catch the foot with the hand and then kick the foot into the hand. I'm very aware that I might knock one of these beautiful plants over if I'm not careful. Maybe go gazing up towards the sky, opening across the front of the body. And then kick that leg and the arm all the way back out long. And then coming forwards all the way back into that tabletop. Let's reset for the other side. Spread the fingertips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And then exhale, round. Inhale as we drop the belly. Exhale, round. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round. Bringing the spine into neutral. Now back into melted puppy pose. So again, you may wish to go active with the arms, maybe lifting the palms away from the earth, or soft bending the elbows, relaxing the forearms. And then when you're ready, off we go back into tabletop pose. Now let's flip the left foot out to the left as we stack the right hip up towards the sky, finding that modified side plank. So creating that lovely stretch from the ankle all the way towards the fingertips. Having a little play around with rotating the chest and the face up towards the sky. And when you're ready, begin to hover that back foot off the mat. Inhale, exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, push out, exhale, crunch, inhale, out long, and exhale, crunch. Inhale, push all the way out nice and long. Option to stay there or to bring that heel in towards the bottom. Catch the foot with the hand and then kick the foot into the hand. And then release, push the leg out. Reach the arm up above the head and then slow and controlled pivot back into tabletop pose. Well done, spreading the fingertips, pointing the fingertips forward. Let's curl the toes and let's ripple the hips back into a downward facing dog. So gazing in between the legs, driving the chest back, and having a little play around with lowering one heel down and then the other. Stretching into the toes, stretching into the feet. We can nod the head, we can shake the head, we can give a little wriggle. And we can breathe all the way out the mouth. Wonderful. Let's bend the knees, look forward, jump, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale as we lift up, halfway lift. And exhale, let's forward fold. Let's take a ragdoll, cradle the forearms, let the head hang heavy. And a little bounce and a sway from side to side. Begin to bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up to stand. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's begin to swan dive as we start to flow. Inhale as we lift up into a halfway lift. As we either jump, float or step back for chaturanga. Inhale as we roll through. Exhale back, down dog. And ready to go again, bending the knees, looking forward, jump, step or float top of the mat. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Exhale as we fold. Big inhale to stand, reaching the arms up above the head. And then exhale, spreading the wings, waterfall down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Jump, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale through up dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Feel free to wriggle around. Bending the knees, looking forward, jump, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Exhale as we fold. Inhale as we bend the knees, we sweep the arms, we stand tall. And then exhale again, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Jump, step or float back. Chaturanga. Inhale as we roll through. Exhale, draw the hips back. Downward dog. Nod the head, shake the head, find some freedom. And then from here, we're going to sweep that right leg up high, three-legged dog. Gazing forward as we step that right foot through. And coming into a runner's start. Drawing the crown of the head forward and kicking that heel back. Now let's begin to take both hands to the inside of the foot, taking them around even further as we lift the left toes up towards the sky, drop into that right hip. Option to play around further still is to bring the hands into prayer, taking the hands away from the mat. By all means, you can keep your hands down, you can use a brick to hold on to. You may even be halfway into this pose, and that's all good too. Lacing the fingertips down as we stretch the legs out into that wide leg fold. Heels facing to the back of the mat, toes tracking forward. Let's inhale, lengthen up first. And then exhale. Hinging from the top of the legs. And maybe even walking the hands back. Heels of the hands walking back towards the heels of the feet. Pointing the elbows back behind you. And just finding that resistance for the legs. And that beautiful stretch. Pressing into all four corners of both feet. And then taking the hands back underneath the shoulders and just looking, gazing forward. We will begin to pivot towards the top of the mat again. Back into that runner's start. And let's push back into a downward facing dog. Let's flow for the other side. Bend the knees, look forward. Jump, step or float to the top of the mat. And let's inhale as we lift up, halfway lift. Exhale into that fold. Breathe it out. Inhale, sweep the arms to stand, press the hands above the head, and then exhale the breath, tumble with the breath as you forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift, flat back, and then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll over those toes. Upward dog or cobra, stretch down through the abdominal wall. And then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. So let's flow through the other side. So let's begin to kick that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. So really pressing into that back heel. And gazing forward and bringing that foot in between the hands. Squeezing into the inner thighs, finding that runner's start. Holding it out there. And then bringing the hands all the way towards the inner step of that front foot. Let's take them around further still. Begin to drop into this left hip. I have a plant in front of my face. And you will notice, guys, that on this side, I'm not able to bring my hands into heart center. For those that are aware, I've had a knee operation. And I'm just not at that point yet on this side of the body. So my hands will be lacing down, Feel free to bring your hands into the heart space, take that balance. And then let's begin to take this into the wide leg fold, bringing the heels towards the back of the mat, point the toes forward. Begin to inhale, lengthen up into the arms. Exhale, hinging from the top of the leg, nice and slow. Maybe just walking the hands back towards the heels of both feet, pointing the elbows back behind you. Or if your hands are nowhere near the earth, that is absolutely fine. Use your bricks, use anything to support you, and find that nice stretch for the back of the legs. And again, just pressing into all four corners of both feet. And then off we go as we lift all the way up. And pivoting around, I'll bob underneath this plant, finding that runner's start. Pressing back into a downward facing dog. And let's flow again, bend the knees, look forward, jump, step or float top of the mat. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Exhale as we fold. Let's inhale to stand with wide arms, sweep the arms, press the hands. And again, exhale, let's flow all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Jump, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale as we roll it through. And exhale back, downward dog. So from here, let's ripple forward, plank pose. So pushing the earth away, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes. Let's drop both heels all the way over to the left and see if we can raise that right arm all the way up. Further still, wild thing, taking that right leg over. Let's drop the hip down and inhale as we lift it back up. And then finding plank pose, holding plank, staying strong. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale through and exhale back. And let's repeat that the other side. Let's find that plank pose. Shoulders move over the wrists, and we'll drop both heels over to the right, and then we'll raise the arm up. Now, option to bring this left foot over towards the back, lifting the heel. Let's begin to drop the hip. Let's find a big breath in and lift all the way up. And then slowly, with controlled movement, finding plank pose. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale it through and exhale back. Very nice, everybody. Nod the head, shake the head. Let's flow through one last time. Bend the knees, look forward. Jump, step or float top of the mat. Inhale, lift up half. Exhale as we fold. Inhale as we stand up tall. Exhale, float down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And last time, take that chaturanga. And pull back. Have one last little wriggle, little bounce, shake the legs. And then slowly drop those knees down and slide the hands all the way up the thighs. I'm going to take a camel stretch. So stretching it into the back and stretching all the way down through the abdominal wall. So a few variations is curling the toes under, keeping the hands towards the lower back. And you can be here and just squeeze the glutes, tilt the pelvis forward and stay there. Further still, you can fall back deeper into the hands, squeezing those shoulder blades together, squeeze the glutes. Further still, if you can reach the heels of both feet, you can reach the heels, go for that. You can even drop the head back. So watch my mic. And then very slowly straighten back up, and we'll take a wide leg child's just to counterpose that. Letting the big toes touch, knees out to the side. Let the belly feel soft, let the chest fall down. And then scoop in all the way back up, crossing the ankles back behind you, finding Sukhasana. So from Sukhasana, get comfortable. Comfort is queen. You can remove the flesh from the sitting bones. Let's inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, cactus. And one last time. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, cactus. And then softly land the hands to the knees. And just alternate one shoulder back and then the other. Let the chin drop in towards the chest. You can play around with floating one ear to one shoulder as you pedal back these shoulders. And let's pedal the shoulders forward. And drop the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Hang heavy. And then slowly lift the head, lift the gaze, interlacing the fingers. And again, just circling into the wrists. Going around the other way. And you can stretch those palms away from you. Reach the palms all the way up towards the sky. Lift on up out that pelvic bowl. And take a big breath in as you sweep the arms out wide. And exhale the hands to heart center. Thank you for moving with me today. I hope you have enjoyed the class. If you have, please don't forget to make a comment or hit a like or share the platform with any friends and family. The support of a really small channel is very much appreciated, and I shall see you on yoga class number 2 next week. Bye.